What's happening? So for those that don't know me, you probably recognize me as Brian's younger-looking brother. I appreciate the opportunity to come up and talk, and how it looks is what's most important. So here's the deal. I've got the opportunity to do this once before. I didn't take any notes or write anything down, and I called the groom the wrong name. I actually called him my name, which is kind of awkward when you're chosen as the best man. You have to explain why that it's not that much of a best man. But okay, so I got some notes this time. I got this one. Make sure I got the name right. So this is Brian. So we got that. Okay. So let's get the required boxes out of the way. So thank you to everyone that traveled here. I know there was a lot of distance that was covered to get here and hang out with this happy couple for the evening and have a good time. I appreciate Dura. Dura, where you at? Hey, you got a job. The ministry's calling if you give up on slinging furniture all across the U.S. So you got a second calling for you. And then, of course, Mom and Dad and everything that you guys did, very, very, very much appreciated. And Bill, Jen, and Julie, obviously your contributions are very much appreciated as well. So let's get on to the good stuff. You gave me a couple rules, right, Elizabeth? All right. So I'm sure everyone's been to a wedding lately, and you've probably noticed that these toasts have been more of a roast to the groom. It's kind of the trend. And, you know, there may be an embarrassing story from their past, or you throw them under the bus. Maybe you break bro code and you tell a story from the bachelor party. Well, that's a tradition that I'm absolutely going to honor. Yeah, so the only thing is, you know, I kept telling you over and over that, like, I never actually started this speech and, like, kind of did it at the last minute. I've been busy with grad school and playing Red Dead Redemption a lot. I'm not joking. I actually couldn't. The only story that I could think of is that when on your bachelor party, me and Hank convinced you that that leaf on the ground was a Cuban tortilla and you ate it. But I don't think that's a great bachelor story. Actually, let me see if I can get some help. Dad, do you have any stories about Brian at all?
How about the time that he ate the mushrooms and we had to call poison control 15 minutes before we were supposed to leave this?
I said 10 seconds or less. Come on. Okay. Mom, what do you got? You got to have a good story.
Well, I have to add to that. Who gave him those mushrooms? From our yard. Okay. But I do remember something with Eric and you tying Brian up to the garage door and then pressing the button to see him go on up.
Yeah, these stories, they seem like they're more about me than Brian. There's probably someone else that we can go and chat with that's got a good story. Oh, jeez. Hey, you are responsible. You're wearing glasses and you look smart. What do you got, Andrew Roman?
Well, he's tried to collaborate on about 100+ business ideas online, including, but not limited to, the all-day bidet, a portable bidet.
Hey, don't give away our secrets. We're going to get rich off of this. We're good. Come on, there's got to be something. RG, do you have anything that you want to share that you love about Brian?
So I don't even actually know if so we actually convinced Brian that I was I'm sorry, Brian, this might be the first that you are hearing about. This is not true. I am not the 2014 Lansing Schilling dog-eating champion. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to break the news to you.
Come on, we were keeping that secret for a while. Jeez, you're just blowing the cover. Hank, you got anything? Just real quick. Do you have anything?
All right, real quick. How about the time when Brian rolled the car?
Yeah, Dad's probably not upset about that one still. Let's not do that at all.
All right, Phil, well, give me this back. How about the time that he lit my gas grill with charcoal and lighter fluid?
He's got to cook for her for a while. Let's keep it safe.
Phil. How about this year for the MSU football season? Brian bought tickets for him and Elizabeth with seats right next to each other in opposite sections.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they having such a bad year, is you guys can't cheer together for the team. Jeez, come on, what do you got?
There was a time where I said, we were in Grand Rapids, and I was like, Brian, you should take a drink out of that fountain water pool over there in the middle of the park. So he did, and I pushed him in.
Oh, God. Hey, there's a lot of fountains around here. That's probably not a good...
One more Phil. One time we were in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we were just having a good time. We were at a bar, and Brian thought it'd be a great idea to steal a trophy from the bar that they had up there. He instantly ran down the stairs, ran across the street, got chased by the bouncers, so he thought it was a great idea to ditch the trophy and ditch all of his clothes at the same time.
Don't even... Why would he do that? Is the statute of limitations even run out? I mean, Charlie shouldn't stick... I gotta find someone else. Let's go back to family. They can't be as brutal as them. Jen, do you have any stories about?
Well, let's see. I know when we were younger, we wanted to play games, and I wasn't really into it, but you really wanted to play Pretty Pretty Princess with me?
It's 2018. That's acceptable. That's not even that good of a story anymore. Chad, I didn't even know you were coming. What do you got, man?
I mean, I got a lot of funny stories. We survived all of high school together, so not so much of what you did, but your importance to us. I remember one time you couldn't come out to play, something was going on, you got in trouble for something, and me and Cody Dingman tied ourselves to your mailbox and went on a hunger strike to force your mom to let you come out to play.
It worked though, too, didn't it? You got to go play paintball, I'm pretty sure. You guys lived with Brian for a bit, right? You got any Chicago stories from his time there?
When Brian and I met in our late 20s, I taught him how to throw a baseball. And then later in life, he was so innocent that he broke up with a girl, but still wanted to take cooking lessons with her.
We probably shouldn't be telling old girlfriend stories. Jacob, you're innocent.
All right, what about that one time Brian tried to save some dude from drowning before realizing he couldn't swim?
That happened this 4th of July. I'm glad that he made it out. The other guy made it too. I think Jacob had to save them. Patrick, you got anything, bud?
Yeah, this one time I sold him Michigan State tickets for $80 a piece when they were probably online for $20 a piece.
Sound a little bitter still. What about you, Jergy?
Oh, man. Well, I just always appreciated that Brian has been an animal lover. In fact, he once had a pet goldfish that lived in a coffee pot that ate oregano.
And he lived for 6 years or something like that, too. He had his own Facebook profile page and everything. And R.I.P. Jerry. Yeah, you forgot to mention Jerry in the speech for those that we've lost. Jerry the goldfish.
It's totally true. I'll make up for it. I mentioned in the ceremony that, Brian, I wholeheartedly believe that you're the best of our friend group. And I think it's most proven when every single time Vince went to jail, you were the only one who fought to get him out. The only one. We all wanted to leave him in there to learn something. He had to learn something, and you were always trying to get him out early. You're the best of us.
I'm glad. So, is your record clean, or are you still on probation? Are you allowed to drink tonight, or?
Allowed to drink, just not allowed close to a school. Well, there's a lot of great memories that Brian and I have, but I would say the one that is coming to mind is the time you drove me down the wrong side of the freeway.
Not a good driver, so he rolled a Taurus. He drove down the wrong side of the freeway. It's a miracle that we got him here. God, I wonder if Tristan has any stories to talk about your safety.
Brian. You know I don't care about you at all. We were coming home from the bar late at night. I had a pizza. It's too late. You got beat up. I didn't care about you. I wanted to not drop the pizza. So you got beat up again.
Great friend. Great friend. All right. So he didn't help him at all. Did you at least have anything that you may have helped that kid out at some point in life?
There's so many things that he needs help with. Him being 18 years old and more drunker than he needs to be, decided that it was a great idea that instead of using the bathroom, he would use the balcony. And you guys are welcome because I saved his life. I pulled him back, and everybody's here because of me. So for that, you're welcome.
We appreciate it, Drew. You saved it. You saved it. All right, I lost the rest of my speech. That was all I had. I'll go back and stand over Brian. All right, so on to the rest. Brian, here's the deal. Yeah, don't read ahead. As the night goes on, share your stories about Brian and Elizabeth. I think that's really the point. Is they're two of the best people that I've ever met. I've known him for a long time, I guess. But yeah, you know. But here's the thing. You asked me to be your best man, and I thought to myself, well, obvious choice. But also, the fact that I was the one that was picked to deliver the speech just isn't fair, because if anybody was asked, one of your best qualities would be your ability to bring people together and how true of a friend that you are to all of us. So I needed to give the chance for everybody to share a quick little story. There's probably hundreds more about you personally. And Elizabeth, the time that I've known you, you got a few in your closet as well. So Megan was pretty easy on you, but there's some out there. Brian, you brought Elizabeth into my life, and I'm incredibly appreciative of that. Elizabeth, it's cheesy, and everyone says it during the speeches, but you're like a little sister to me. You truly are. You're very little. You are a tiny, tiny person. But I love that you're in my life. You got a room full of people here that love you, and you guys love, and we're going to have a great time tonight. Just to wrap it up, so a few things. You're going to have a fantastic life together. It may mean that Patrick's going to have to sleep on your couch after he rips you off for selling tickets. You're gonna continue to fall for Hank's pranks because it makes him laugh out loud like a big old dummy. You can still believe Arj could eat 14 chili dogs. It's possible. It's really believable. You may live off of pasta seasoning in a small chili pot for a while. You'll have to keep you definitely need to keep an extra eye out for Brian's safety when Drew's not around to save his life. I wrote that one down. I didn't even talk about it earlier, so we're gonna. Don't nag him about his driving too much. Just make sure he keeps 4 tires on the ground at all times. Yep. And most importantly, you're going to be taking over for Big Brother. So it's okay to convince him to eat mushrooms from the yard. It's okay to tie him to the garage door. It's a little unsafe, but it's highly entertaining, and I recommend it. Everything worked out. We all got here, so it's good. It's good. Again, I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity, but this is from all of us. We love you guys so much. You're fantastic people, and I wish the best for your lives together. Wow.